last Thursday, Biden had a speech on. I think it was like nationally. It was like a big speech, and I think they titled it like "The Battle for the Soul of the Nation," something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
And if you saw the pictures, it's like blood red backdrop, like lights and stuff like that. Look dark, look evil, right? Look just real menacing. Like before in the movie, before like the evil guy, he rallies his, yeah, it would look. Some people like dubbed one of Hitler's speeches over it. Looked like it went. And then when like his speech, what he was doing was he kind of like put everybody like MAGA Republicans, stuff like that's what he kept calling them, MAGA Republicans, MAGA extremists, stuff like that, as like the pejorative term.
This was bad. This it's got to be some kind of blood sacrifice coming if I ever seen one.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And
I think Well, so what happened was, because what I thought was going to happen, I thought they were going to indict Trump. They still might. But it seemed like this speech was like the precursor, kind of just setting the stage for that about to happen. Because if you remember, Putin did the same thing before he invaded Ukraine. He had a speech when he just kind of given his reasoning. He kind of is like stoking the flames. Then he went into Ukraine. I was like, okay, this is what he's doing as in front of Trump, and just trying
great point.
Get him out the way. But him labeling people like MAGA extremists and things like that, and basically saying like they are the enemy in this country. That's the first time I've seen something like that, to where like they're labeling people within the country an enemy.
Deep.
First time I saw something like that.
No, that's very deep, because now you're dividing the country. That's Civil War type things.
Yeah.
You know, that's stoking something, because those so-called MAGA people, it's a lot of them.
Yeah, and what I was thinking as well is, they seem like, as much as they talk about, Trump and people, MAGA people, Republicans don't want to accept the results of the election, they seem like it'll get nasty if they lose.
Very.
You get what I'm saying? Like, he'll declare martial law or some shit. Like, they will.
Look at what they did to win the goddamn election.
Exactly.
And whether you say they stole it or not, that was bizarre that you could mail in that many damn ballots.
And it took a week to finish the election. I never
seen no shit like this. So you created a whole bunch of new rules to ensure that all the mail-in ballots went your way. Come on, guys.
I've never lived. I'm 28. I'll be 29 next week. Every election I've lived through was done that night.
Yep.
Right? You went to
now,
see
I had
times.
one where Al Gore questioned.
That happened. Okay, that was in 2000.
But they told him to stand down.
Yeah.
And he stood down. You know what I mean? So we understand that this is all politics, and it's one big game being played, but I've never seen it this bad. The country is divided. Right? So it's important for us to stand back and reap the spoils of war between these two factions.
And as I was saying on the pre-show, he keeps talking about how, well, if I'm not trying to take your guns or your AR-15, but that's not going to be enough to go against us. Basically,
he said that.
We got F-15s,
we got tanks
and stuff like that. But you're going out of your way to make a whole speech about somebody who's not even in office no more. He lost, right?
It should be over. He should be in the rear view mirror. The way they're fearing this man tells me something about this man. And I'm not talking from an emotional standpoint. Vote for this man. I told you in the pre-show, anybody that they tell you is your enemy is probably more closer to being your friend. Anytime your government serves something up on a platter for you and takes out all the thinking for you, just think about it. They're not saying, well, here's a clean glass against a dirty glass, and allow you to decide. They're taking all the thinking out of this and going, this man is the worst man we've ever seen in the history of presidencies.
So, but, okay.
And look at all the crazy stuff he's done. You couldn't possibly vote for this man.
So, but, not a but, right? So, just what I'm seeing, like the landscape right now. CNN, I don't know if you guys noticed, but CNN is clearing the house. They fired everybody damn near, right? They fired the president. They fired the vice president. They fired Brian Stelter. They fired Chris Cuomo. I think Don Lemon is about to get up out of there. They kind of cleaning the house. And he told everybody, and the new president or new CEO told everybody, we're going back to regular news, And if you don't like it, bounce. Like there's your walking papers, right?
Yep.
So CNN was, I think, the government's like top gun, really, when it came to propaganda and news and things like that. If they're cleaning the house and try and go back to like quote unquote real news, what does that do for the propaganda machine? Right. There's still enough. There's tech companies, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Fox. But Fox is the other way. Right. Fox is super right leaning and things like that. Right. Which was kind of why they always seem like out there, because like they're the really only right leaning major market news. Yes. Everything else is left leaning. Movies, TV, everything is left leaning. Mm-hmm. So if it starts to become where the news net is not the fair playground for the propaganda, what happens then? Yeah. Like can a civil war still thrive, or the threat of a civil war still thrive in that type of environment?
That's a great question. You're gonna have to think your way through this one. You're gonna have to be able to, and because CNN is not gonna be able to do the thinking for you no more. Yeah. Like you just turn it on, especially elderly. No disrespect. They just turn on CNN and get a download, and then that's it. You're gonna have to think your way through this and ask yourself: is this really what it is, or is this something else? Mm-hmm. And how does this benefit me, regardless of who's fighting? The fuck, y'all can fight, two girls fighting, the titty come out. I just benefited. That titty popped out. I don't care who win the fight, right? So we have to look at it in that perspective, because they're fighting for your soul, but you ain't got nothing to do with the fight. It's a real weird dynamic going on here. And so pay very close attention, because if CNN is out, that means that's a CIA takeover. That means you've able to remove the CIA from their they're the ones who feeding all that propaganda bullshit to begin with. Yeah. You know what I mean? They have, what's that? Not Paperclip, Operation Mockingbird. So they have all of these programs in place to curve the people's thinking. They've mastered this. You know what I mean? So CNN is just one little droplet. They got the social media streams now. Yeah. They got the bots going. You know what I'm saying? Which gather your thoughts even quicker, because everybody got this damn thing in their hand. So they got the bots going.
Black mass, man, it's time to rock. I had to find a way I couldn't find it.
Hey, what's up? If you like what you just saw and you want to see the full, uncut, raw, uncensored podcast, hit the link below. It's only $5 a month or $50 for the entire year. Get all of the content. Get Black Dot in his rawest form. Get a bunch of exclusive content never before seen by anybody else, and you can only be a member to see it.
Become a member now. Click the link below.